Well, hello everyone. It is John C. Morley here, serial entrepreneur. You are tuned into Inspirations for Your Life, and welcome to our new streaming partner, TikTok. Glad to have you with us. We stream quite a bit, at least twice a day. So we've got some amazing content here for you tonight, and I know that you're not going to want to miss it. There is just so much stuff that we have to share with you tonight. And as we are basically embracing the concept of this whole week, which is the power of celebration, right? The power of celebration. And when we think about the power of celebration, there's so much, right, that has to do with that. But before we get started, I do want to invite you to go off to your kitchen and get something tasty, whether it's something warm, something cold, something healthy, something sweet, doesn't matter. Just go get yourself a snack or a drink and come on back and we'll kick this show off. All right, everyone? All right. So we're wrapping up this whole week about the power of celebration. Welcome. If I haven't said that to you already, welcome to tonight or today's show and you are watching Inspirations for Your Life. I'm your host, John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur, and together we're going to explore the themes that inspire transformation, connection, and of course, wellness. So let me dive in with you into the tools, the stories, and the strategies that are going to help elevate your life one step at a time. All right, number one, celebrating change. Change is the cornerstone of growth, but embracing it can often feel daunting. In this program, I want you to understand that the view, the change, it's not an obstacle, but an opportunity for renewal and self improvement. Learning how to shift your mindset to welcome transitions with optimism, adapt to life's twists with resilience, and harness the power of change to achieve your promises or goals is what it's about. From personal invention to professional breakthroughs, celebrating change allows us to unlock our full potential. Yeah, that's a pretty amazing thing, isn't it? Very amazing, if you ask me. So, thinking about what all this means can be a little bit challenging, right? It can be a little bit challenging. So, the next thing I want to share with you is a shared experience. Life's most meaningful moments are often shared with others. And so, if we understand that, then highlighting the importance of collaboration is key. The connection and also mutual support in creating lasting memories and achieving common promises or goals. Whether it's working with a team, building strong relationships, or supporting a community, shared experiences enrich our lives and strengthen our bonds. Discover ways to foster open communication is key, such as celebrating collective achievements and building relationships that last a lifetime. That could be celebrating their anniversary, celebrating their birthday. But celebrating something that means something special to them. It might not mean anything to you, but the fact that you remembered it is going to elevate you in the level of regard to them, that you're somebody special, that you actually remembered that. And thinking about celebrations, right? We talked about parties. It could be anything from dancing to going out with just some friends, hanging out, or going to a show or play, or maybe, doing some other type of extracurricular activity outside, like a sport. And I think when we embrace this, it gets us to understand how curious we are to celebrate. And when we celebrate, people in our life are like, hey, this is pretty amazing. And so it happens because our dopamine gets raised. When our dopamine gets raised, you know what happens? We decide to become better. Not necessarily uh, happening overnight, but this is something that I believe will empower you to be someone that is happy, but someone that is able to take, let's say, new beginnings. And so, celebration, I want to go back to that. So, what is a celebration if we want to think about that? So, it's a special, enjoyable event that people put on to create a pleasant atmosphere and feelings pop up. And it can be because of a birthday, because of an achievement, even something like, you got your first grade, or it could be something small like, you're riding your bike without training wheels. I mean, it could be a lot of different things, right? It could be a lot of those things. And so if it's a lot of those things, then I'll tell you that life is meant to be lived. Life is meant to be lived. We have to celebrate that we're alive. We have to celebrate every moment. We have to celebrate our health. Health is a foundation. Some wise person once said to me, John, you don't have your wealth unless you have your health. So your health is number one. So celebrating health is the foundation, as I said, of fulfilling life. And so understanding the physical, the mental, and the emotional benefits of prioritizing wellness in our daily routines, that's key. So whether we're adopting healthier habits to practicing mindfulness and self-care, uncovering practical strategies to boost your overall well-being, well, that's key. Celebrating health goes beyond the individual. It inspires others to make better choices, foster a culture of wellness and vitality within the family, workplace, communities. And so when we celebrate our health, we want to do things that are better for ourselves. It could be doing an exercise. It could be, taking a walk, right? It could be doing mindful meditation, right? It could be that. And so when this happens, it's like we get this newfound sense to be alive. Now, that might sound a little bit crazy, but it's not. And I want to tell you that when we approach life with the concept of everything being a gift, being a celebration, that's powerful. A celebration is where we can honor someone, right? It could be a certain holiday. It could be a moment that we want to say thank you to others, right? Celebrations are special social events. They're usually parties, but they can be a variety of dichotomies. Okay. Celebration to people means having a good time. There are different types of celebrations. There's also things besides birthday parties, like 4th of July parades, Christmas, Easter. There's, what is it, the National Groundhog Day. I mean, there's all kinds of celebrations, right? You might celebrate the anniversary of your company, or maybe the time that you've done something, or maybe you were able to stop smoking. And so maybe you're celebrating the anniversary of you not lighting up anymore or drinking, etc. So celebrations are meant to empower us to see that milestone we've made, and then to go and achieve other milestones. I said something very important the other day when I was talking about cake, right? How do you make a 10-foot cake? Well, you don't start with making a 10-foot cake. You start with maybe making a cupcake. Then you start with maybe making something that's maybe, I don't know, 6 inches. Then maybe 8 inches. Then you get to 12 inches. That's a foot. Then maybe after 12 foot, then maybe you get to 2 feet. Then you do to 3 feet. Then the 4 feet. Then the 5 feet, 6 feet. Might skip a few feet. And then maybe you go to 8 feet. Then you go to 10 feet. So we have to first start with a walk before we can run. Let me say that again. We have to walk before we can run. So I know you want that big 12-foot cake, okay, that long cake. But we have to walk first. We have to learn to walk before we run. We have to learn to bake before we become better at baking, right? I think that's very powerful, ladies and gentlemen. And when I say powerful, sometimes people don't want to learn. Now, learn to walk before we run is an idiom expression, right? We have desires, goals, aspirations, we want to achieve them. However, it's important to remember that success does not come overnight. We have to learn to walk before we can run. We have to embrace it. Basically, before we do something complex or hard or advanced, we have to start with the basics, the fundamentals. Okay? I think it's important to understand what it is people do. And I think if we can celebrate our small victories, even though they might not be, the bee's knees, there's something. When we learn how to celebrate, our life becomes better. Too many people I talk to say, John, I don't want to celebrate because I have nothing to celebrate. You're alive, man. You're alive. You're breathing. Celebration is an expression of our individuality. And I think if we know that we want to get somewhere, maybe it's swimming, maybe, I first learned how to swim many years ago. I couldn't swim to the other side of the dock, but I started practicing going underwater and then taking, a few steps to be able to swim like a certain percentage of the dock, right? And then I would move forward. But then after about a week or two, I could eventually swim the whole length of the dock. But I didn't get disappointed because I couldn't do it on day one. I found something that I was able to achieve. I found something that I could actually embrace and I could celebrate on. I found something that I could embrace and I could celebrate on. Okay? Something I can embrace, something I can celebrate on. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you have enjoyed this entire week where we talked about something very powerful, the power of celebration. Don't let other people take away that right from you. Celebrate, even if other people don't say you should. Celebrate. Ladies and gentlemen, I am John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur. It's always such a privilege, pleasure, and honor to be with you guys on these amazing days and evenings. I hope you'll like, love, and support the channel. Comment below, tag your friends, colleagues, and associates. Share this out with everyone you know on social media. And, I'll be back tomorrow, which is, it's already the 21st, but I'll have a brand new master topic for you guys. When? Just a few hours. All right, everyone. I hope you take care, and I'm going to see you guys real soon. Keep reward.